If you're thinking about buying the Canon EOS R10, stick around because I'm about to reveal some things you won't find in the ads. This camera looks sleek and promising. A 24.2 MP APS-C sensor, DIGIC image processor, and 15 frames per second continuous shooting sound ideal for beginners and hobbyists. Right. But here's what surprised me. Despite all these specs, there are some problems that could seriously impact your shooting experience. In fact, it's not all sunshine and rainbows like Canon wants you to believe. So if you're considering the EOS R10 as your next camera, don't buy it before hearing what I have to say. Trust me, there's more to the story than just the specs sheet. Let me start by saying this. The Canon EOS R10 is designed for budding content creators, vloggers, and photographers who want a compact mirrorless camera with quick autofocus and decent image quality on a budget. It's light, portable, and offers compatibility with Canon's RFS lenses or even EF lenses through an adapter. Sounds almost perfect until you realize some of its trade-offs. I'm going to dive into the nitty-gritty, the good, the bad, and yes, the ugly. And stick with me. I'll share some unexpected tips and suggestions that might just change your mind or help you get the most from it. Spoiler alert. It might not be the buy now camera everyone's hyping. First off, the positives. The Canon EOS R10 packs a surprisingly robust DIGIC image processor, the same one powering more expensive Canon models. This means faster processing speeds and improved image quality, especially in well-lit conditions. The 24.2 MP APS-C sensor delivers crisp, clean shots, making it a solid choice for everyday photography, portraits, and some wildlife photography. Plus, the autofocus is lightning fast with subject detection technology that works brilliantly, especially on human faces and eyes. And if you love shooting action, this baby offers continuous shooting speeds up to 15 frames per second with a mechanical shutter and up to 23 FPS electronically. For vlogging, the compact, lightweight body and fully articulating anti-smudge LCD screen let you see your shots clearly from any angle. But here's the catch, and where a lot of potential buyers scratch their heads. Despite being Canon's entry-level mirrorless camera in the R series, the EOS R10 falls short in a few key areas that could frustrate users. Let's start with battery life. The EOS R10 uses the LP-E17 battery pack. While this battery is decent in other Canon cameras, it drains surprisingly fast here, especially when shooting 4K video or using continuous autofocus. Vloggers and event shooters might find themselves carrying several spare batteries or constantly running to charge, because you'll get roughly 250 shots or barely an hour of video on a single charge. Not exactly ideal if you're out on a long shoot or adventure. Here's a funny thought. The EOS R10's battery life lasted so short for me, I started naming my spare batteries like pets: Meat Spot, Fido, and Battery 3. Still, none lasted long enough for me to reach the good lighting. Seriously though, this is a real downside if you rely on long shooting sessions. Another problem involves lens compatibility. The EOS R10 ships with the RFS 18 to 45 mm f/4.5 to 6.3 is SDM lens, which is compact and great for everyday shooting, but it's a bit slow in terms of maximum aperture, limiting low-light performance. You can use Canon's EF and EFS lenses if you buy the mount adapter EOS R separately, but that adds to the cost and weight. If you're expecting to shoot in dim conditions or want more creative control with bokeh, the kit lens might leave you disappointed. The lens also lacks weather sealing, so shooting in mist or light rain could risk damage. Remember, Canon designed this camera for casual users, not professionals who demand full ruggedness. Now, here's where things get really interesting: video performance. Canon touts the EOS R10 as a capable 4K shooter, but it comes with a catch. It records 4K video at 30p, but applies a 1.6x crop when shooting in 4K 60p. This crop means you lose field of view, so wide-angle shots won't be as wide as you expect. For vloggers wanting that classic wide selfie shot, this is a bummer. And unlike some competitors, it does not offer uncropped 4K at 60 frames per second, which limits creative options for slow motion or cinematic footage. There's also no in-body image stabilization (IBIS), so you'll rely on lens stabilization or a gimbal to get smooth video. For a camera marketed to content creators, this is a notable omission. It's like buying a sports car that refuses to go above 60 mph. Remember when I said the autofocus was fast? Well, yes, it is, but it's not perfect. The EOS R10's autofocus can struggle in low light or with animals, ironically. Canon includes subject detection technology that's great with faces, but dogs, cats, and birds may not always get detected accurately. This makes it less reliable if you're hoping for wildlife photography or pet shots without manual focus fiddling. So, while shooting that cute backyard squirrel, you might end up with blurry shots or focus hunting when you want crisp, sharp images. It's a reminder that the camera's AI still has room to grow. Now, the design and ergonomics are generally comfortable, especially if you have smaller to medium hands. The grip is firm but not bulky, and the camera itself weighs just about 13.5 ounces, making it easy to carry. That said, some users report that the buttons and menu system feel a little cramped and less intuitive compared to older Canon DSLRs, or even competing mirrorless models. So yes, if you're switching from a Canon DSLR, prepare for a bit of a learning curve, not unlike trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Also, the anti-smudge coating on the LCD is helpful but not foolproof. Fingerprints still show up after a few shots. Between the compact design and speed, you might think this is the perfect travel camera. But the absence of weather sealing means you need to be very careful outdoors. Dust, moisture, or light rain could cause issues unless you protect it with external housings or cases. This slightly reduces its appeal for adventure photographers or hikers who want a weather-ready camera without spending a fortune. Okay, question time. Are you okay sacrificing some video quality, battery life, and lens options for a lightweight, affordable mirrorless camera with fast autofocus and great image quality in daylight? If yes, the Canon EOS R10 could work well, especially if your budget hovers around $11.48 for the kit on Amazon. If you want a robust all-rounder with fewer compromises, you might want to look elsewhere. Speaking of price, here's a bit of irony. The Canon EOS R10 is priced competitively, but when you factor in buying better lenses, the optional adapter, spare batteries, and accessories, the overall cost can quickly climb. It may start off looking like a budget mirrorless camera, but could end up nudging into mid-range territory before you even blink. It's like ordering a hamburger advertised for $5, but then realizing you need fries, a drink, and dessert to feel full. And suddenly, it's $20. On the flip side, Canon's reputation for color science and image quality shines through with the EOS R10. The photos have punchy colors and sharp details straight out of the camera. This camera will delight Instagrammers and travel bloggers looking to create vibrant content without delving into complicated settings. The Canon ecosystem also means you'll have tons of lenses and accessories to choose from as you grow your skills. It's an accessible entry point to mirrorless photography, especially if you're migrating from smartphone photography. So what's the final verdict? Should you run away from the Canon EOS R10, or does it have charm under the hood? Well, the honest truth is, it depends on your priorities. If you want a camera with blazing battery life, full 4K 60p uncropped video, weather sealing, and low-light lens options built in, this might frustrate you. But if you value portability, ease of use, great autofocus on human subjects, and Canon's trusted image quality, and you're willing to accept some compromises, the EOS R10 could be a very compelling first mirrorless camera. In short, Don't buy the Canon EOS R10 if you expect a professional-grade camera packed with every feature under the sun. But do buy it if you're stepping up from your phone or an old DSLR and want a camera that's light, fast, and friendly for creative everyday use. It's perfect for vloggers who shoot mostly in good light, casual photographers capturing family moments, and beginners who want to explore mirrorless without a massive investment. Plus, it pairs well with Canon's affordable RFS lenses, which are great for learning and growth. Before I let you go, here's a joke to lighten your camera hunt. Why did the photographer get kicked out of the party? Because he kept focusing on the negatives. And another, why did the Canon EOS R10 refuse to play hide and seek? Because it couldn't find its focus. Okay, one last. If a camera falls in the forest and no one is around to see it, does it still shoot? Well, only if you have the R10's continuous shooting mode activated. All right, enough laughter. If you want the best price and all the latest deals on the Canon EOS R10, check the link in the description below. I'll update it regularly to make sure you get the most bang for your buck with this kit. Remember, every camera has its quirks, but knowing them up front can save you headaches and help you shoot with confidence. So there you have it. The Canon EOS R10 is a mixed bag with some hidden pitfalls, but plenty to offer if you know what to expect. Whether you're capturing breathtaking photos, making YouTube content, or venturing into photography as a hobby, it can serve you well with some patience and the right accessories. Happy shooting!